Welcome back, and time now for our next possible talk. Many of you know and enjoy, as I do, the longtime sports journalist Steve Burton at WBZ-TV in Boston. But Steve's life extends far beyond television. He's committed to the Ron Burton Training Village in Hubbardston, Massachusetts. The RBTV is named after Steve's dad, Ron Burton, the former Patriot star. What is it, and how is it making a difference in the lives of young people? Here's Steve.
Hello everyone, my name is Steve Burton. I'm the sports director for WBZ-TV in Boston, and it's an honor for me to talk to you today. My goal in the next 10 to 12 minutes, well, I have two goals. One, not be boring, and two, to inform you all about the Ron Burton Training Village, a dream my dad had to build a village, to bring people together, and to make them better. And that's exactly what we do. Now, there's a couple nuggets of wisdom I want to pass on to you. I mentioned goals. And one of the things my dad passed on to us was simply this: always have a goal, because he who aims at nothing will hit it every time. Let me repeat that. Always have a goal, because she who aims at nothing will hit it every time. One of the things that I want to talk about is the Ron Burton Training Village. But before I even talk about the village, I need to talk about the man, Ron Burton, my dad. My dad grew up very poor, and his dream was, if he ever made it, he wanted to give it all back. He said, what are we really doing down here on this earth? He said, let's make a difference. Let's give back, and let's change people's lives. And that's exactly what we try and do at the Ron Burton Training Village. One of the things that, and I have to go back in time, because my dad grew up very poor in Springfield, Ohio. And he had a nickname, and his nickname was called Nothing. Now, one of the reasons why he got this nickname is because he struggled. He used to lose at everything he ever participated in. You name it, he lost at it. And one of the coaches came up to him and said, Ron, we're going to try and get you better. Imagine this. He was going out for the football team. 45 guys went out for the football team, and he was the only player in the school they refused to give a football uniform to. He used to cry and cry and cry. He cried so much that he begged his coach to give him a football uniform. And once the coach gave him his football uniform, for 2 years, he never got into a football game. And it wasn't until the last play of the last game of the season, 3 guys in front of him all got hurt. They call Ron Burton. And my dad goes into the game, and he carries the ball for 10 yards. Now, 10 yards is really not that far, but it happened to be the most important 10 yards of his life, because after the game was over, one of the coaches comes up to him and said, Ron, he said, we were watching you run around in. He said, you're not very big. He said, as you were going around the corner, he said, you're not very fast either. You're really not that good, but here's what I want you to do. He said, I'm going to share with you a secret. I want you to wake up early in the mornings and start running. You're going to find yourself getting better. And my dad said, well, how far should I run? He said, 7.5 miles. He said, how often should I do that? He said, 5 days a week. I need you to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Well, funny thing happened. All those kids that used to call him nothing, that used to tease him, he went by him. And he went by him in a big way. In a big way. He struggled at first, but he was determined. He was extra determined. He was on a mission to try and stop the teasing, to try and get his nickname removed, the name called Nothing. Well, funny thing happened. He became a high school All-American. He received 47 different college scholarships. He became a college All-American. He was runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. And he was the #1 draft pick for the New England Patriots. Now, I tell you all that to tell you this. He hardly ever talked about football. His purpose of life was to help kids get better.
You know, even when he played for the Patriots in the 60s, it wasn't easy. He and his other black teammates weren't allowed to stay in the same hotel as his white teammates when they traveled to play the teams down south. And they were given an option by their owner, Billy Sullivan. They could stay home, not travel and not play, or they could play and make a statement. He played. That wasn't the only statement my father wanted to make. He wanted to go further and teach kids how to develop a sound mindset to help fight through this struggle. But he was quite strategic about it. You know, when he formed the training village, he brought kids from different backgrounds together to work and play, to erase stereotyping at a young age. He figured if people spent most of their childhood around kids who didn't look like themselves, it would help shape their worldview when they got older. To do this, he He wanted to take them out of their element. He wanted to take them away from the brokenness and put them in a beautiful setting. You know, my dad had a saying, if you see beautiful things, you're going to think beautiful thoughts. My dad not only wanted to teach these young people how to endure, but how to thrive and dream massive dreams. Our kids have been exposed to incredible people and incredible opportunities. Most of them have never flown in a plane before, but they're learning aeronautics in our aviation lab taught by a 2-star rear admiral. Our kids understand opportunities don't come easy or often, but they do exist. At RBTV, we believe everything is a muscle and everything can be trained, whether it's your bicep, your test skills, or your character. And they know they have to work hard for it. You know, for this reason, beginning in the 6th grade, they start preparing for the SAT and ACT through our year-round Prep for Success course. These standardized tests are extremely important because they often determine what school a student will be accepted into and how much scholarship money he or she may be awarded. All of our seniors who completed the course were able to increase their score between 90 and 250 points on the SAT and were awarded full academic scholarships or free tuition. For example, one of the students got a 35 out of 36 on the ACT and was accepted into great universities such as Harvard, Stanford, Yale, and Northwestern, and will be attended Stanford with free tuition and scholarships. One was accepted into the Coast Guard Academy, and another received full tuition to Northeastern University. These kids are determined, and they see themselves becoming more and more successful. You know, we have 4 pillars of the Ron Burton Training Village: love, peace, patience, and humility. And one of the programs that we have there is our STEM journey. And you know, there's not a whole lot of people in this country on this journey. And one of the things we have at the Ron Burton Training Village, we provide young women and young leaders a chance to do STEM. And we're providing them a chance to infuse your companies with STEM. Welcome to the Ron Burton Training Village. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Cecily Eli, and welcome to the RBTV STEM program, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
The thing I learned at RBTV most is that STEM really has an impactful future on everyone, not even just guys, like even girls.
To have the courage to believe in yourself and to relentlessly be a grinder in order to find education, because it will change your life.
I doubt myself a lot. I took away most that I was supposed to be myself, dream big, think big, and that we're all still learning.
Realize that we're asking a lot of you and a lot that's outside of your comfort zone, and I appreciate the effort. We're here to build you as leaders.
This is a 7-year journey for me, and I love that part of it because I know here I'm going to grow and change as a person and change with these amazing people around me.
So what Noah's doing right now is he's driving around that robot.
Our goal is to make our kids more comfortable in the STEM arena, and we're using aviation as a vehicle. They're able to vision themselves in the future, maybe flying one of those things. So this is a huge trajectory changing event.
The runs and waking up in the morning was very challenging. I kept saying to myself in my head I couldn't do it. Like people kept saying, come on, you got this and we'll finish it together. It's good for me because it gave me the courage to make me feel I could do anything.
It's important for me and my family because I'm in a place where I can grow and learn, and it's just going to make me a better person and open more doors for my future.
At RBTV, they develop the whole person. This whole program did actually widen my mind to every possibility to see what my options are.
So as you saw, there are 4 areas that we train in: spiritual, academic, leadership, and physical wellness. Over the past 35 years, by the way, this training has proven to be the formula to help kids meet today's challenges. And in today's society, there are tremendous challenges. And we believe there are no quick fixes, which is why we get kids early, young, at 11 years old. In fact, we take them on a 7-year journey. 100% of our kids, by the way, graduate from high school, 100%. We plug them into colleges and then internships, opening up opportunities for kids who don't normally have them. At a time where racial equality is being highlighted, we believe we have kids who are intelligent, determined, and hungry, not to mention yearning for opportunity. We intend to not only deliver STEM professionals, but STEM leaders as well. In the fall, as a matter of fact, we plan to double the number of girls in our program. Double that. And we ask you, in fact, we invite you to join us on this journey. It's going to be exciting. For more information on the Ron Burton Training Village, check out our website at ronburtontrainingvillage.org or email us at info@ronburtontrainingvillage.org. Thank you all for letting me talk to you today. We'll see you on the journey.